Welcome, everybody, to Detox Diaries. This is Claudia Borges from Canada, and I'm excited because October is here. Not quite yet, it's September 29, but this brings on a new month, a new detox, and a lot of people are finishing their detox. We're going to get some testimonials, questions, comments, but also some are ready to start inviting other friends. They want to share this with others, just like we have shared, and as it was shared with me. Some of us did 7 days, some of us did 15 or 14 days, some of us did 21 days. So we want to see who is where with that. And I want to introduce my lovely, lovely Cora, who is our emotional detox specialist. And I'm going to pass it on to her so she can greet you, and she will be with me taking care of tonight's meeting.
Thank you, Claudia. Well, first, welcome everyone. And I'm so happy to see familiar faces and new faces. Thank you, everyone. First and foremost, for trusting yourself. That I think there we go. When you trust yourself, trust that gut, trust your instinct. Something brought you here tonight. If you're new and you are looking for community, if you are looking for maybe losing weight, some of us started the detox for that reason, but others just want to have a better grip on their health. And then you'll be surprised that losing the weight is a bonus. So my name is Cora Post. I'm from Yuma, Arizona, and I have done the detox once last year for 21 days, lost 47 pounds. Then I did the detox again this time around, and I don't like to say lost, but I released. I released. Because if I say lost, I might find it again. Um, I released about 15 pounds this time because I only did 15 days. So there you go, a pound a day if I would have continued. However, sometimes we stop and we think, oh, is that a failure? But it really isn't. Stopping when your body tells you it's time to stop. Either there's other things that keep you from doing a full liquid, because that's what it is. It's a liquid diet, and you're taking your juices and all the things that keep you nourished. But I needed to stop. I had something in my family going on where I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay as focused. And that's another good thing. Check in with your emotions, check in on where your stress level is and where your body's going to be compromised so you don't put yourself in any situation that could cause you any harm. And Claudia, want to go back to
Yes,
you?
thank you. So I also want to say that I did my first 21 day 4 years ago. And in that one, I released 17 pounds. 17 pounds, it's a nice amount because I was actually going underweight, which is one of the fears that people have. What if I lose too much? What if I'm already thin and I lose my muscle mass? So we're going to be talking a little bit about that. And if you have more questions about sarcopenia or muscle mass, weight, or being too thin, definitely we're going to address that. Like Cora said, most of the people want to lose the extra pounds they have been carrying. I also want to touch on I'm 53 and it's been 4 years since I've been doing the detoxes, and I don't release as much or as fast as I did. And I believe it's because I'm right in the middle of menopause. So I'd like to talk about that. And we do have Dr. Rani here, so I'm excited to bring her on. Dr. Rani, it is always so lovely to have you here. Let me put you on spotlight. We have a few people that are brand new. They're going to start their detox in October. So today is the new. We have some people that have finished their 21 days. Some have finished their 15 days, and we have some coming in for October. So let's let you talk a little bit about introducing yourself and talking a little bit about the detox and why the 21-day detox and why doing it in a community is the way to go.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome for all you new ones. And Cora, you look absolutely amazing. And keep it up. And Cora's absolutely right. I'm used to calling her Alice, though. I want to tell you that, we talk about release and we talk about weight loss. And I can't even count how many detoxes I've done in my last 30 years. Way more than 30, I can tell you that. And I know I can contribute the detox to how well I'm doing, to how well I look, and how I feel, and why I'm able to do all the things that I do in a day that the average person can't do. Is because I'm cleansing and detoxing all the time. But I detox and I cleanse for health. Will I lose the weight? Absolutely. Sometimes I don't lose as much, and sometimes I lose way too much. And I know how to accommodate that. Like if I'm losing too much, I know to add collagen or protein. If I'm not losing enough, then I decrease carbs. So people who come on new and skeptical, I just want to let you know that today I speak a different language. 25 years ago, when I started this whole thing, before I even had the New York Times bestseller, and the reason why I have the New York Times bestseller, I was cleansing people's organs. I was cleansing people because they had cancer and they had autoimmune disease and they had the high fives. And then I ended up finding this publisher who literally begged me to do a book on weight loss when I didn't want to, and it became a New York Times bestseller by surprise. Can you lose a tremendous amount of weight, more weight than you can on the shots? Absolutely. Our bodies never said it wanted shots from us. Our bodies want one thing from us, and that's called nutrition. Nutrition comes in a lot of different ways. A lot of people say, well, you're not eating. Well, eating is not equivalent to nutrition, right? If you eat a meal, that doesn't mean you're getting a lot of vitamins and minerals and omega-3s and good amino acids and good fatty acids. It's mean you're getting food. But if you drink these drinks every 2 hours, that's what I call nutrition. And that's why it works. It's not just about the weight. It's about the inflammation. It's about cleaning your arteries, your vascular system, your kidneys take a break, your liver take a break, your colon take a huge break. And literally, the detoxification cleansing process is about immunity. It's about cleaning your body so you can enhance your immunity. I always consider weight loss a side effect or a benefit, whichever way you want to look at it. They tell me I talk too much, so I keep going on.
No, you are doing perfect. And I just want to know if we're going to jump right into questions just because
I think I should.
no, we have a lot of new people here. I'm excited that you meet them. So I want to see if we have a question that can go live. Do you have questions for Dr. Rani? We do have a channel where you can start following her. You can follow her on YouTube. You can follow her on TikTok. But she is really focusing on her YouTube. So I want to make sure that if you're not subscribed yet to her channel, she's putting a lot of good value. And this is why we love these meetings to be recorded. So let's see who has a question for her live, or a comment, or a testimonial. Who wants to start? All right, I'll start with the menopause one. So, Dr. Rani, is it more difficult to release during menopause? Because when I did the first one 4 years ago, oh, I was shedding them like they were. I was nervous because they were going out too fast. And
That's
now
right.
I got
You're
kind of
kind of
like it's stuck. It's kind of stuck. It's stuck there in my belly, and I cannot release as fast. So does menopause play a big role in the detoxing period?
Yeah, and one of the things I want to tell people, absolutely, when you have hormone imbalances, your detox goes to a whole different channel. Just like if you have stress and have increase in cortisol levels, goes to a whole different channel. So your weight loss can slow down when you're doing when you're having some hormone issues while you're doing a detox. Why is that? It's because estrogen loves fat. Estrogen makes you hold on to fat. Testosterone is more of a fat burner. So there's a lot of reasons why. But don't give up. I think the quickest way and the fastest way to beat that hormone bulge is to literally just decrease the carbs a little more. That means if you're doing your juices and you're doing a lot of vegetables, what I want you to do is stick to greens, a lot of greens. Not doesn't mean you can't have the other vegetables, but mostly the greens literally balances your hormones out a little quicker.
That's wonderful. And it brings me to my next question, which is our ever famous heavy diet. Because we always tell people, Dr. Rani, that the detox is just the beginning of a new lifestyle. The lifestyle itself is the heavy diet. Can you tell us, for those that did finish their detox, why did you create and why it's so important to follow a lifestyle that is heavy? What is the heavy lifestyle?
So I created the Peppy lifestyle because we have to live a lifestyle of maintenance, which basically means your lifestyle. What is your lifestyle going to be when you finish the detox? Can't live off of a detox, 21 days. Then you got to go on the Pevy. And Pevy means Pevy. P for protein, which is means essential amino acids. That's all protein is, guys. Essential amino acids. I'll explain that to you. The word essential means you can't live without it. So I just told you you can't live without protein, right? And amino acids is the breakdown of protein. E, essential fatty acids. The word and E means you can't live without it. What is fatty acids? It's your fat. It's your omega 3, omega 6, and omega 9. It's essential fats, which means you can't live without it, right? And V is vegetables. We all know that vegetables was put on this earth as a cleansing food, and you can't do anything about that. It cleanses the earth, the trees cleanse the air, our vegetables cleanse our body. And Y is your essentials. I came up with that because I realized of doing this over 25 years that there are just a lot of people out there that are lacking essentials no matter what they do. I learned that from my vegetarians. My vegetarians were always lacking in B12 and they were lacking in Bs in general. And I realized that every one of us have the opportunity to replace that Y, which is your essentials. Maybe you're lacking in vitamin E, but maybe somebody else is lacking in magnesium. Maybe somebody else is lacking in calcium. Now, I know you're probably going to say, how do we know that? Well, you know that several ways. One, you could do blood work, you could do hair analysis. There's a lot of ways to tell what you're lacking. And a lot of people just don't feel good a lot of times when they go on a diet or a detox. That usually means you're lacking something, especially after you get off of the detox. A month later you just still feel bad. You should get your blood work done to see if you're lacking in anything. So why is very important. That means your essentials, not only your essentials, but what about your medications, right? Like some people really need their thyroid medication. Some people really need their blood pressure medication. So that's why I included the Y, because I do a lot of telehealth. And when people go off of the detox, I make sure when they go on Pevy, they're doing it right. I'm giving them all their essentials, not just the P, not just the E, not just the Y, the V, which is vegetables, but I'm giving them the Y as well, which is your essentials or your supplements. And I don't think people really can do well with any other diet. And the reason why I can say that is because I've been on hundreds of them, and there are hundreds of them, by the way. Dr. Atkins was my friend, not telling my age, but Dr. Atkins and I knew each other very well when the Atkins diet came about. Remember that? Some of you are too young to know that, but Dr. Atkins was this meat and vegetable diet. But we found out that it wasn't just about ketosis why people was losing the weight, but we found out that it was just a lot of essentials and what we were doing. It's a lot of essentials in amino acids. A lot of essentials are in your essential fatty acids, and vegetables was the cleanse part. I hope that helped, but Pevi is a great lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle that's the most complete that's out there, and it's based on who you are as a person.
And if you still have not tried the diet and you're jumping on the fence, you're kind of like, I don't know what to do. Should I do it? Should I not do it? It is completely okay to start with 14 days, and you're going to have access to all the material, including the book for the PEVI diet. Because a lot of people, just like Cora, started with PEVI, went into a detox, then continued the PEVI lifestyle. So if you feel that you just want to try 14 days, that's okay. In fact, you know what, 7 days. But that's where I need Dr. Rani again to explain that it's fine if you give even your body 3 days, it'll be happy. But what is the difference, and why is it that the 14 days, let me tell you this. Somebody said, I feel guilty that I did not finish the 21 days and I stopped at 14. So what we want is for people not to feel guilty. If that was the moment that they decided they needed to stop. But I want you, Dr. Rani, to explain to everyone, why is it that we hopefully at least one in your lifetime, or hopefully once a year, have to push it through and finish the 21 days? Why 21 days?
Well, 21 days came up through science. When I had said to the publisher that I would do the book because so many people was losing weight, and I needed to scientifically, through research, give the publisher an understanding why I go 21 days. 21 days was because it gives the body the opportunity to go through all the organs, the entire vascular system. And there's like 5 levels. There's your kidneys, there's your liver, there's your lymphatic system, there's your colon, and believe it or not, there's your lungs. These are all detoxification organs, and it takes 21 days. In 21 days, you build almost a brand new body. And people don't understand the turnover of millions and billions of cells in the body that are being cleansed through the 21 days. You are a completely different person in 21 days. You look different, you act different, you feel different, you have hardly any inflammation. It's phenomenal if you do it right. Now, if you stop at 14 days, doesn't mean you didn't cleanse, doesn't mean you didn't detox. You did a great job. You did 14 days. You just didn't complete the entire round. I do that all the time. I'm human. I do 21 days. Sometimes I do 14, sometimes I do 7. But at least twice a year, I always do 21 days. And then there's times where I know that during the summertime when I'm with the grandkids, I'm with my kids, and I don't want them to think I'm weird, always detoxing. So I'll eat healthy, but I'll eat not as well as I should eat. Then guess what, guys? I do 2 days. 2 days of a detox. So there's you can do 2 days, 7 days, 14 days, but the real true value is 21 days. That's why I wrote the book, 21 days, 21 pounds. And now I'm writing a book, 21 days of cleansing for longevity. And that's where For Life come in at.
That
Immunity.
is so wonderful. And that was my next question, which is, when you started doing your last detoxes, we had the longevity last year, we have the detox for energy, which is the one I did and Cora did just last month, which was amazing. The detox for longevity and the detox for energy are new, they're optional, and you can try either one of them. Detox for longevity has boost, detox for energy has energy drinks, and we don't have the boost. So can you explain to us why it's so important to start with those juices? Like you designed it so properly to have, with longevity, boost, Rio Vita in the morning, or with energy, Rio Vita in the morning, then your greens, broth, finishing with the soup. Why does it do that cycle? Why is it important to do the yellow and red in the morning and the green ones in the afternoon and the aloe vera?
Well, so Claudia, that's a really good question. But one of the things I want everyone to know is they don't have to get stuck on the color and the times as long as you do all 5 of them in a day. So let me explain to you what they are. Red Ria Vita is an antioxidant. Antioxidant fights free radicals. Let's just say toxicity is what free radicals are, but it also hurts your vessels. Okay. Now that's the red drink. I like having it in the morning, but if you don't like having it in the morning, have it in the evening as long as you take it. Then you have your yellow. Your yellow is your anti-inflammatory, depending on which one you take, or it could be your immune booster, which your immune booster is also an anti-inflammatory. And you know what green is? Green is cleansing, green is alkalizing. And sometimes I'll say, I'll do the green in the afternoon because the green gives you the most energy. But guess what? Gold sticks is yellow. It also gives you energy. So what I want everybody to think about is, yes, red, yellow, green, green, yellow, red. It doesn't matter what time of the day you do it, because we're all different. I know I had a bunch of nurses who worked at night did this one time. There were night nurses. They woke up first thing in the morning, and guess what, guys? They did their broth first thing in the morning because they felt so hungry. So the broth, I wanted to explain to you, after the red, the yellow, and the green, there's broth. Why broth? And we used to call it pot liquor. I love to talk about my grandmother, but pot liquor is you take all the vegetables and you cook it to death. That's what we say. You cook it to death. And the reason for that is that you leach all of the minerals and the vitamins out of the vegetable fibers into the pot. They never threw those vegetables away. They would take the vegetables and make patties with it, or cakes, or cornbread, or whatever they did. They would drink liquid. They drank the liquid, which is called pot liquor, or minerals, or broth, whatever you decide to call it. But that's where your minerals are. And that's so important to do every day. And I know a lot of you today hear about bone broth, vegetable broth, all kinds of broths out there now. But trust me, they were doing broth 100 years ago, and nobody made a big deal out of it like they are today. Just drink your broth. You don't have to eat the vegetables. You don't have to puree it. That's fiber. What does fiber do? We know what fiber does. It makes you feel full, makes you feel satiated. But at the end of the day, that's not where your minerals are. Your minerals was in the pot, the broth. So drink the broth.
Dr. Rani, and I want to show your website in a minute, but I also want to see if any of the people that are live have any questions. I don't see any in the chat. And the other thing I wanted to touch on was the importance of if you are completely, let's say, healthy. Now, I think most of us think we're healthy, and then we have actually a list of things that we're not so healthy. But let's say that you have a healthy person, they can go ahead and jump into trying the detox um, through the coaching of one of the coaches or the friends that they invited, that they were invited by. But if we have somebody that has maybe an autoimmune, maybe diabetes that has been chronic for many years. Many maybe have heart condition or just anything that has been there or chronic or it's been bothering them, and maybe they are using the detox as a way to help the body do the reset that it needs. So I just want to talk a little bit about the ways that we can reach you now, because I think some people have not really gotten that part yet. So the first one is come to the meetings. You get a chance to get her live and kicking. And so that's why I'm like, don't be so quiet because Dr. Rani is a very popular and busy doctor. So we're blessed to have her here. So if you do have a question, and Rita has two questions that I'm going to go through. But the second thing is, let's say that you do have a friend, a father, a mother that needs um, an extra appointment with Dr. Rani. I want you to tell us about how we can reach you. And also, I want to tell people that if you are doing the detox and during the detox, you actually get a special price. But it doesn't mean that that's the only way to reach her, or maybe you're not doing a detox and you still want to see how you can get a chance to see Dr. Rani, and maybe you don't want to fly to Martha's Vineyard. So, what are the options that we can reach out and the people that have
Uh,
questions before the detox?
so there's a lot of ways now, and the website's being revamped. Thank goodness, because it was very crowded and it was very. Today we're different people than we were 20 years ago. I'm sure there's people on this video call right now can agree with me. Whereas before you would just call somebody to pick up, hi, I'm Dr. Ronnie. Now it's more complicated than that. And so I tried to make it easy. So number one way is you could go online and you could book a consultation. You can go online and you can book a retreat, and you can go online and you could book an online detox at home and telehealth. Now you see those phone numbers now, where before you didn't. You would just have to go online and do it by email. So now there's a phone number there where you can actually text, and then someone will give you a call back. So that's the easiest way. Like my drronniedeluz.com
Yes,
website,
I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it in a minute.
streamline for 4 different ways: the online detox, the at home program, which I get a lot of people with chronic conditions. And by the way, you know, recently, and when I say recently, I would say in the last few years since COVID, I have been doing a lot of cancer detoxing and autoimmune, and of course, the high fives, which is my next book. But I found that a lot of people are starting to understand detoxing in a whole different way. And you guys, you're cleansing, you're losing weight, and you're getting your bodies in shape. That's really longevity. We probably just don't call it that, but you're really doing a great service to your body. But our cancer detox and those kinds of detoxes are different, and we do different nutrients, and we do different supplements. But at the end of the day, there's a detox for just about everything. I hope that answered your question.
Mhm. Yes, it did. I have a question in the chat, and it says, is there a way for vegetarians to get the right amount of essential fatty acids?
Yes. One of the things that vegetarians have to do, and I know it's difficult for them to do this, but they are lacking in omega-3. There's different ways they can go and research the type of omega-3 that they want. But I'm finding that they're lacking in omega-3s, and they're doing way too much of the 9. I'm not saying olive oil is bad. It's good for you, absolutely. But when I say essentials, I mean we need 3, 6, and 9. You don't need an overdose of 9 and not enough 3. So omega-3s are very, very helpful, only because we're living in a world today more than ever. Vascular diseases are huge, and a lot of it came from the spike protein, not only through the vaccinations, but also by getting COVID itself had hurt our vessels and our vascular system.
Dr.
And
Ron, and the other, sorry,
uh,
go ahead.
that's struggling with the high D dimer, or that the doctor's telling them that they need to go on blood thinners, you need to really pump up the threes, the omega-3s, and do some enzymes, natural enzymes like nattokinase and serapatase. I have gotten many people off blood thinners by doing those things.
And another question that comes through the chat is it recommended for a 23-year-old male with Crohn's to do a 21-day detox?
Yes, you have to be careful, but a 23-year-old with Crohn's have an immune system problem, right? And a lot of to make sure that you're doing everything else for Crohn's, not just the detox. And just keep this in mind, because I get a lot of questions like that. All this detox is increasing the nutrient content and removing the fiber. So it depends that the person with the Crohn's need to have a personal consultation, because it depends on where they're at in terms. So maybe they need more than the nutrients that we're prescribing, but they definitely need the nutrients. So I would say
Yes.
first, the answer is yes, and plus more. That plus more, that person needs a consultation.
Very good. So I'm actually going to go through a little bit through Dr. Arnie's website. If I just want to make sure that everybody knows where to go. And so you have the one and only website, drronniedeluz.com. We opened another one for detox, but that one was more for like purchasing. It was just making it easier for people to get the package. This is the one and only that you should be going to, you should be sharing, you should be getting the information from. It's her name, drronniedeluz.com. We appreciate that you go and visit it, please. Now you're going to find retreats. That's one in my dream book, Dr. Ronnie. I'm gonna get there. Now you have the story of Dr. Ronnie, what services they have in the spa and the clinic at Martha's Vineyard, some testimonials. Now the online detox, you'll find that a question and answer. And here you join the free Facebook community group. So if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, make sure that you go online and join our community group. Then you have some talks about Detox Diaries and our group Good Health Talk. The store is the 21 Wellness Kits and Dr. Ronnie's for Life products. So these are ready to go for purchase if you are one of Dr. Ronnie's followers or clients. And the famous contact us. It's very quick, like she said, just like in any website. Make sure you fill out your information. Talk about, what do you want, what information you're looking. Now, where I also want to focus a little bit is that Dr. Ronnie is working a lot on getting this free information out there. So we do appreciate three things from you. Number one, subscribe. We know that a lot of YouTubers do that. Dr. Ronnie was not um designed to be an influencer. She's designed to heal. She's a healer. So we do ask you to please make sure you visit her at her YouTube. Just go online and go to the YouTube and click on every single video that you like, because this is going to help us a lot to bring her voice out there. This is free information. Like, there's so many YouTubers out there. There's so many people that don't have the experience and knowledge and love that she has. So some of them are fairly new, but as you can see, they don't have a lot of views. So we are looking for you to look at the videos. They're wonderful. We're working really hard on putting more and more new videos. So for those For Life people out there, we needed a doctor to talk about, in English about things that have to do with For Life. So please go in, hit that like button, watch the videos. Some are very short, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Here is, I love this one, IBS, managing IBS through our For Life products. It's not a For Life site. She's talking about everything. She's talking about the high five. She's talking about um, sleep disorders, how to reverse brain fog, um, the correct diet. And so we have several videos. It's a fairly new page, as you can see, but like I said, there's lots of things here. There's also the shorts section, and we're going to be building a lot of library on that. But people like shorts, right? They're short. That's why they like them. So actually I just wanted to show one or two, but I forgot to hit the share sound. So let me do that again and share the sound. And my computer's a little bit slow, so I hope that's not the one I wanted. No, no. Are you, one second. I just going here like crazy everywhere. 1 second again. Share sound, yes, and screen number one. Okay, here we go again. So everybody likes YouTube. I think I like YouTube. So why not, while you do your makeup, just put a short and then they'll just start going, all the shorts. Let's listen to this one and see how cool.
Our bodies never wanted food. It always wanted nutrients. It's that we as human beings take what's called nutrients and we let it go down the toilet and we take in the toxicity from the bad food. But if you reverse that, you'll start looking better, feeling better, and you start changing the trajectory of your immune system. I think it's sad today that, we have to still be talking about how thousands and thousands of people die that could have been saved. But because their immune system was at an all-time low, we couldn't save them. I do the research. I'm writing the book, so I know what happened to them.
Yay! So like I said, we are looking for your support as well. Just following these 4 simple things that influencers, like I said, because Dr. Rani is not really an influencer, she's a healer, but we want to make her viral. It's very important that her voice is heard. So there's 4 things that we would like for everybody that is watching this to do, please. And the first one is like. It's as simple as hitting that little like button. I already did, so I think I can't like it again. Don't ever hit dislike. Well, actually, to be honest, if you don't like it, you can hit dislike. Here is very important. Please take the time just to comment. It helps a lot. You can't imagine how it helps to build a YouTube channel that is new, to say something like, what a great video. Like, what a great video. And it was Dr. Rani. Thank you. So you just hit on that comment. It's very simple. And if you have one more second to give her, and we really appreciate it, you share it. And it's very simple. You just share it to WhatsApp, share it with a friend. And I'm just going to hit that WhatsApp button right now and share it with someone that I love. Oh, I'm on my phone, so I can't do the WhatsApp. Let's try this again. I'm going to actually just share it on. It's easy. I'm going to copy it. And then if I have my WhatsApp open, which I don't because I don't want my computer, let me just show you. Let's do it because I want to do my homework right here in front of you. And it's very simple. I open my WhatsApp and put it on my status. A lot of people love watching the status of others, right? So and let me see if I can, that little chat status right here because I'm in my computer. And I'm just going to okay, that's the status I posted. I'm just looking on how to do it. Oh, here we go. It's this pencil right here. Status. I'm trying to figure out how to do it from my computer. I usually don't use my computer to do the status. So, no, it's not this part. Okay, so let's escape. Help. Okay, here we go. Status. I found it, but I don't want to waste more time trying to teach you how to do it. I think most of you know how to do it. I just want to show you this second video, which is a list of new ones. This one is 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ronnie, and today we're discussing asthma, a condition affecting breathing and quality of life. Asthma causes airway inflammation and difficulty breathing, often triggered by allergens or stress. Here are my 3 top 4Life products for asthma. 4Life Transfer Factor. Lung promotes healthy lungs and balances the immune system and strengthens the immune response. 4Life Rayovita Trifactor Formula. This provides antioxidant protection. 4Life Essential Fatty Acids reduces airway inflammation. These products support lung health, reduce inflammation, and boost immunity. Take control of your breathing today.
All right, and here is the last thing I want you to all do, which is subscribe to all new videos that we post because we're going to be putting in some great ones there. And so, like I said, it's a new channel and we want everybody to be liking and subscribing and sharing and putting on your Facebook because as she gets more audience, obviously we're going to be able to get that world a better place for all of us and a better place for our family. So I'm going to stop the stream and see if we have any more private questions. Let me see. Thank you, Facebook friends. And we are going into private questions now.